Right, so the first theorem of digraphs says that, so the first theorem of digraphs, that the sum from I is equal to 1 to n of the degree plus vi is equal to the size of d is equal to the sum of I is equal to 1 to n of the degree minus vi, where n is the order of d. And we can prove this. So let's go ahead by proving this. So we're going to prove this by looking at the arcs. So much like when we proved this earlier with the degrees and the edges and stuff, we're going to do a very similar thing here. So we're going to consider any arc, x, y, which is an element of the edge set of the digraph. Now this graph, this arc, will contribute 1 to the out degree of x, because it's going from x to y, and 1 to the in degree of y, because it's going into y. Okay, so when we're looking at this and we're going through, we have a case of when we calculate our adding up of our degrees going in and our adding up of our degrees going out, when we calculated this one here, this one to n, the degree plus vi, all arcs are also counted in the sum of I is equal to 1 to n of the degree minus v of I. Okay, and we can also work out that the sum of the degree plus of vi is equal to the size of d, and so is the sum of the degree minus vi is equal to the size of d. So we're pretty much done. The whole idea is you look at an arc and you say, okay, well, every single arc in the vertex in the graph is going to have a contribution to an in degree and a contribution to an out degree. And obviously when you sum up your in degrees, they're going to equal to the size of the graph. And if you sum up your out degrees, they're going to equal to the size of the graph, because each of them counts every edge in the graph, because your edge has to be exiting a vertex to exist. And if you're counting all the out degrees, well, then you're counting all the edges, because they go from one to another. And you just write that down and it's pretty much done.